been a while, guys, but I'm officially back, and I'm bringing you guys some pretty insane news on the New York Giants. They got into this crazy brawl during their training camp, and I'm going to fill you in on everything that has to do with it. Now, before we get to the content, I am going to announce the giveaway winner for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X in about 3 days on my community tab. So make sure you check the community tab, and all you have to do to enter is subscribe and turn on our notifications for this channel. Now, my next giveaway is either going to be multiple copies of Madden 22, or we could run back the same giveaway. Just let me know in the comment section down below what you want, and I might run the giveaway for followers on my Twitter and Instagram, so make sure you're followed there for a chance to enter our next giveaway. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? If there is something that this YouTube channel is not a stranger to, it's training camp brawls. As a matter of fact, I remember about a year ago in a summer that I like to call the summer of Earl Thomas, because this was very much so towards the beginning of my career, and we were doing a lot of videos on just Earl Thomas's strange behavior. He had this one incident where his wife pulled a gun on him because she found him and his brother in an Airbnb with other women, and then a couple of weeks later in training camp, Earl Thomas got into a legitimate fist fight with his Baltimore Ravens teammate Chuck Clark, and this is kind of similar to that. And if you guys don't remember, the reason they were fighting is because Earl Thomas was very much used to being a freestyle like safety that literally just did whatever he wanted because he played in a cover 3 zone during his entire time with the Seattle Seahawks. The Baltimore Ravens didn't want him to do that, and since he was out of position, apparently he got very similar thing here today. So today at practice, and I'm going to take you through everything. This was first reported by Ralph Vacchiano, and I really apologize if I butchered your name, my man. And we're going to take you through what he says first before we take you to the ESPN article. And according to Ralph, a full team brawl at New York Giants camp with quarterback Daniel Jones somehow at the bottom of the pile. Joe Judge is absolutely livid. He's got the players lined up now, ready to run. Now, this is very significant because if you guys know anything about training camp, the quarterback typically wears a red jersey. And I remember, I don't know which Hard Knocks it was many years ago, there was one particular Hard Knocks where a quarterback was just shoved to the ground and a coach just was livid, went off at the pass rusher for actually hurting the quarterback. A quarterback should not be touched in training camp. He's to be protected at all costs, because if your quarterback goes down for the season, well, your team is essentially screwed. I'm sorry, Indianapolis Colts. They're going through it right now. They lost Carson Wentz. They lost Quentin Nelson. They're rumored to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. They're rumored to trade for a third-string quarterback in Nick Foles. It's a whole mess over there, but I digress. So when you get into a fight and your quarterback is at the very bottom of the pile, that is not good. You don't want to see multiple linemen just piled on top of your quarterback that isn't wearing that much padding relative to everybody else. Now, Ralph continues to say that it's hard to see exactly what happened, but running back Corey Clement took a big hit at the end of a run, and as a result, tight end Evan Ingram retaliated, and then he got popped by Logan Ryan. Then everybody, and I mean everybody, jumped in. Now, it's really hard to fault any of these players and say these players are horrible people, because you're in the hot sun, you know, you've been running all day, you've been exercising all day, you've been working out all day, you're sweating, testosterone is probably running rampant, and you don't really think through things. You know, you're very impulsive in these situations, and if someone just acts out of line even the slightest bit, well, that's gonna set somebody off, and that's what happened over here. And Corey Clement, who by the way is a very small halfback relative to most halfbacks, takes a big hit. Evan Ingram stands up for him, and then we get a situation where it's offense versus defense. Now, Joe Judge got pissed, and according to Ralph Vacchiano, after doing 100-yard runs and not hard enough for Joe Judge's liking, players are now lined up on the full line doing push-ups. There is dead silence except for Joe Judge's whistle and his expletives. So many expletives. And rightfully so. You know, Joe Judge is from the Bill Belichick coaching tree, and I guess the inner Belichick came out of him. And I honestly really respect that, because I don't really like when coaches try to emulate Bill Belichick verbatim, kind of like what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? Dude that wore a pencil on his ear. Horrible head coach for the Lions. You guys know who I'm talking about. The guy that came before Dan Campbell. He had a beard. I don't know. I'm not even gonna Google him, but I could Google him, but I don't take time to memorize irrelevant people and just horrible head coaches. But in this instance, I guess a little bit of the Bill Belichick discipline came out of Joe Judge. He was very upset to see his team turn their backs on each other and hop on each other like this. Now, Ralph continues to say that Giants players are running goal line to goal line again and again, and now back to doing push-ups, and Joe Judge is doing his best Herb Brooks imitation now. Now, Ralph continues to say that Joe Judge then gathered his players around him and sent his coaches away. He wants them all to himself. And then after Joe Judge had some words with his team, practice ended, and according to Ralph Vacciano, he's never seen Joe Judge that angry. Actually, he's not sure if he's ever seen anybody that was that angry. Now, according to ESPN, they go into some more detail. There was expletive-laden tirade before the New York Giants had to do 10 minutes of penalty-induced conditioning in a semicircle for one last lambasting before practice suddenly ended. Daniel Jones said that there are consequences for that kind of stuff. That's the way it is in our game. You have to keep your cool. There are consequences, and it hurts your team. That was the message, and I think everybody understands. Now, when Daniel Jones was asked why he even got involved in the brawl, he said that he is part of the team, and Corey Clement actually appreciated it, saying, hey, golly, I love it, but at the same time, we don't want to get our quarterback hurt. Pretty sure Daniel knows that as well. I hope he thinks twice before jumping back in there again. But apparently this went a long way for establishing some credit for Daniel Jones, as Corey Clement said that, wow, that's what you want to see. Even though he's not supposed to be doing that, hats off to him, because you want to see a lot of guys do that. Jones did say that the Giants need to do a better job of controlling their emotions, and that's pretty much what Joe Judge's message to the Giants was. And Jones said that the players got the message. Logan Ryan said that I'm going to pay my punishments. I don't regret anything I did out there. I was protecting my guys. At the end of the day, I'm a grown man, going to pay my dues, and that's what this is about. Clement said that it's just football, and I think that this may even be seen as more of a positive learning experience than a negative, because I just feel like both sides really just wanted to show that, hey, team offense, I got your back, team defense, I got your back. And whenever you do that, it builds a sense of camaraderie between your teammates. I know technically this is all the same team, but I'm talking about defense versus offense, and I think as a result, the New York Giants are going to grow from this. But nevertheless, it was still a fascinating report that we got today. So if you're a Giants fan, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about all this? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.